Hey y'all, welcome to Slicktalk Radio. It's Miss Iverson.
And this is Hunny.
And we have Mr. Goldfeather himself.
Yes. So we're going to cut up a little bit this episode. We'll talk about some recent events that have occurred. Where do we start? We'll start with Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, let's start with that. See, now that's just, okay, here's my take on it. Mm-hmm. I was no Kevin Samuels fan, and you can ask Wayne, all of them at the shop. We've always getting into it about what he says and how he delivers things. But that does not give people the right to disrespect people who are not here to defend themselves. That is the most distasteful shit I have ever seen in my life. At the end of the day, this man didn't go out like got killed like a murder this man it was a natural cause death. You know what I'm saying? It was unfortunate that it was in an intimate setting with a female, and you know all of his history about how he feels about women and all of that. That's beside the point. This man has lost his life, and he has family who has to and see this like online. I hate it. I hate that the world has become so insensitive to death, because I lost my father when I was 15, and I think Kevin Samuel had kids or a child. I can't imagine if my dad died when the internet was popping and people were saying whatever they wanted to say about my father. Don't nobody want to see that. No. Right. I know who my dad is for me. I don't care about your view on him. Right. He's gone. He's not here to defend himself. Let's leave it at that. All this other stuff that people are talking about, it has nothing to do with nothing. Right. If you don't like what he says, that's your prerogative, because I never did. Right. But I'm not going to disrespect that man. Yeah. Right. You know, I always felt like the things he said had some truth to it, but
it was his delivery.
But not only that, it's one-sided. And I don't like that type of delivery. Yep. Yes, he got on men sometimes, but it was always about how women looked physically. That was the problem for why they can't get a man, keep a man. Because I know men who like all types of whatever. Yep. You know what I mean? That's not the problem. The problem is people are so wrapped up in themselves that they're not able to love properly. And that's really what it is. It has nothing to do with physical appearance. Yep. Because none of my exes look the same. They all look different. Because I don't look for what you look like on the outside. How you treat me is ultimately what's important.
Well, that's true.
How do you feel about Kevin Samuels?
From a male's perspective here, it's like, that's your Oprah. That's what they say.
I mean, I say this. I say that we living in times to where like I'm not just speaking for a whole. I'm just saying like I'm going off of what I see. I just think that we're living in times where love is not really the same how it used to be, and I'm not speaking for like I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm just saying, like, I'm going off of what I see even when I go out. It's like, and like, I like to piggyback off what you were saying about, physical appearance. Like, men, like, I'm going to say myself, like, like my girl, my wife had to look a certain way for me to actually be, because I want to be married to someone that I'm physically and mentally and emotionally attracted to. So I just go off of what he was saying. I ain't gonna lie, like Kevin Samuels he was wilding a little bit. But, he was basically, I feel, was going off a little bit of statistics or what, like he was going off of what, like, let's say like married women and married men and what was going on. Like nowadays, women feel like they gotta look a certain way to attract a certain kind of man. Things are different now. Like it's like women are getting the lips done and like they're getting everything else done. So it's like, okay, like they're doing these things to like attract a certain kind of man. You know what I mean? It's like like I'll say like even when I was going to school, and I was in middle school, high school, you had to have long hair. You had to have all the Jordans. I'm gonna be real. Like it was my preference. Like brown skin. I didn't care if you was light skin or whatever, but it just wasn't my preference. You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't smoke or none of that. You know what I mean? Because these are the things that like my mother. My mother didn't smoke weed. I mean, she was doing a little bit of sipping, but she had long, pretty hair. I want a woman like my mother. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And that's ultimately what men
look for. Yeah.
But I'm just like, when I'm in my 30s, so these are things that I wanted, like, from my mother. Like, I wanted a woman just like my mother. Cook, clean, all of that. You know what I'm saying? I was a player, but at the end of the day, it's like, this is the girl I want to be married to.
Right.
Like my mother. You know what I'm saying? So it's more like, so when, you know, when I met my wife now, it's like, she had she was different.
She checked off all your criteria.
Yeah, but it was like she was bougie. You know what I mean? But she was like, but her ways was like, she wanted all the same things. Like Gucci, yada yada yada. She wanted, you know what I'm saying, Hermes. She was into that. So it was like when I met her, I was like, damn, I really got to step my game up. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, what I was liking was cool because I liked the Prada, Michael Kors. I was wearing Michael Kors in the 10th grade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was more of that. Like, I knew what I wanted and she wanted the same stuff. But at the end of the day, she's a Hampton University graduate in business. You know what I'm saying?
They
so
gotta
it's like,
match. Like the inner and the outer to me
match.
has to come together.
But he wasn't talking about that.
Never talked about the inner. And that's where my beef was. Because at the end of the day, people can look at me and be like, oh, I want to be where, right?
Right.
Had no idea that I was valedictorian in high school.
Right.
Had no idea that I went to ODUs for civil engineering.
Right.
Had no idea that I went to school for fashion. Had no idea that I've been a licensed master cosmetologist. Because they're not getting to know me.
But
they want to know.
That's the image that Kevin's saying. It was paid when it, like, what was it? The high value man.
Child, what about the high value women?
I was like, you would never hear him. I don't think I've ever heard him really say high value women. But just to piggyback, you remember on our last episode when I said about that other podcast that was saying women who make, you know, more money than men are unattractive. To me, that was a slap in the face to women who had to pull themselves out of the worst situations
and get it on their own because they didn't have nobody to lean on. For you to tell them that don't nobody want you because you make too much money.
So, question: how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think that's a little like that was just a little one-sided. I just think, you know, even when I first met my girl, she made more money than I did. I wasn't tripping.
You were just like, oh, I need to do better.
Because if you content as a man, that shouldn't even matter.
I wasn't tripping off that because, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, like, it would, someone would be like, well, I make this for, what do I need you for? Well, check this out. Like, you need me for comfort. It don't mean, I don't care how much a woman make.
She needs a man.
You definitely need a man. Because I'm going to tell you something. When that tire blow out, on what, 285? In the middle of the night, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you trying to sit there for that hour and on AAA, and we be around the corner.
We live in Atlanta and your father lives in Virginia, call your father. Call your father then.
He ain't gonna get there.
It's just like, you know, it's just like, man, like I say, like, I mean, I just would think that, I mean, it's, man, like, if you just look at the common qualities that, like, what my wife didn't have. Like, she had I would do things, I organized my wife's whole closet. Things that she really didn't have time for, like, put her purses on a certain rack. Not just so being a butler, but I'm just saying, like, just making sure, like, she's dotting her I's and all her T's is good. Like, making sure the air pressure in her tire is good. Or going outside, turning the wheel to making sure that she don't need too, you know what I'm saying? Like, cooking on the grill and things.
You know what
I'm saying? Like, just doing things like, you know, just being a protector. With some women, but like I said,
seriously,
we in different times.
It's supposed to be a partnership. I'm into partnerships.
Yeah. But I don't think, you got to think with the way social media is going, like what you're saying, the environment around us is not really teaching us that. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of examples out here that are saying this is a happy partnership. Because let's face it, how many times have you seen a couple and then you get close to them and then you're like, nah, this ain't, they not really happy.
Right.
You know?
And that's why I tell people to stop depicting your
relationship
love
off somebody else's.
Yep. Because you never know what's going on behind closed doors.
I ain't gonna say behind closed doors.
In front of the door.
Right, because you stand there long enough, they gonna show you something.
Yeah, everything is digital. Being that everything is digital now too. Right. Like, you got women that are just like regular women and just look at Instagram, and y'all got to think about the times we living in now. Like, I mean, women see what other women and think like, damn, this is what Future want. Like, yeah. But not even knowing that, like, Future not gonna marry you, sweetheart. Like, it's a certain caliber woman that he deal with. So, like, are you getting the BBL for yourself? Are you getting the BBL for yourself, or you getting the BBL for Instagram and everybody else?
I honestly feel
I think
like
a lot of women are getting it.
I feel like, and I'm gonna say this, and you can, whatever. I feel like everybody who goes to get plastic surgery or any type of cosmetic surgery needs to have mandatory counseling sessions.
Correct.
Prior and after, because it's one thing to want your physical appearance to be better,
Right.
but ultimately it stems from what your mental perception is, and if you don't check that
first,
it has. I know people with BLs who's still insecure, who still can't keep a man, who's still trying to figure out why they man still cheating, who's still like it's you putting your life literally on the line when you lay on them tables for the love of someone else. Love you. I'm gonna say this right here. Love yourself, ladies. Go to the gym. Eat healthier. Put the shots down.
There is no single person on 600 pounds.
They all married with boyfriends.
So we not preaching obesity, but we trying to tell you that
you
do need to love yourself enough.
And it's like, for real, not to cut y'all off.
No,
what I look at, for real, I look at it like this. I always knew what I wanted my woman to look like. Like I was telling you. Like, and I agree with just a tad bit of what Kevin was saying. It's like, when you want to marry, the man you want to marry or the woman you want to marry, I say, yo, I'm going to tell you like this, like, yo, she has to weigh a certain amount of pounds. Like, yo, come on, bro. Like, I know I got to work out. I know these things. It's like when my wife look on TV, when women, y'all look at these men, y'all got to keep it 100. Y'all look at these men, it's like, yo, he got to have some muscle structure to him. He got to be somebody that you can look at and say, yo, you know what? I wish one of these women would touch my man. Like, real talk. Like, I work hard to keep him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, yo. It's like I already envisioned how I wanted my wife to be even when I was young, and I know y'all was the same way. He was like, yo, I want my husband to look like this, and for me, I was like, I want my wife to be like this. This is exactly how my wife's supposed to be. Like, if my wife asks me, you thinking
so what are you doing life happens?
My only physical appearance I require is a beard. I'm sorry. That's like if you don't have no beard.
What do you do if life happens or health happens?
Everything else, I just feels like this. That shit changes when you have kids. Now it's up to you to keep it tight and keep it right after the fact.
Yeah.
But those days when it ain't gonna be pretty and it ain't gonna be the pounds you like, is that love still there? And that's the problem. Because some people are just really gearing toward physical and they really ain't there with them
mentally.
Spiritually, none of that, because it's all about you right. You got to love who you do.
You do.
Like, I agree, but what I'm saying is, if that's the top reason, it's gonna be doomed from the start.
Because something
because shit happens.
What about the girl that her face got caught on fire or something? And
the dude in my complex.
No.
Seriously? No, listen though.
There are some people that
the dude in my complex. There is some crazy man that was shooting people in Buckhead.
I think I heard about
Yes, drove into this complex, hit somebody who's at the dumpster throwing his trash, knocked off one of his legs, and the other one had to get surgery on to keep it. That lady left him like a few months later.
Damn.
His fiance. Because everybody ain't there for you. Whatever you brought to the table in the beginning and it's changed. Everybody ain't built to be a helpmate. Everybody ain't built to be a caretaker. And for her, maybe taking care of him wasn't what she wanted for the rest of her life. It's fucked up and it's selfish, but that's why I said it has to be more than just the physical, because if life happens and some unexpected shit come up, you gotta be able to be like, I love you, and I love you through whatever
we're gonna go through.
Yep.
It's all about.
It's hard to find it.
It's all about who's gonna push you in that wheelchair when you get older.
That too.
That's what it's about.
She had to push him before they got old.
Yeah.
She just didn't want to, and that's it.
I think that's the thing you kind of ask people. That's like the people that get paralyzed on their bachelorette parties. I was reading a story about that. The girl fell in the pool doing some trick on her bachelorette party. And her husband still married her.
Aww.
But like you're saying, he could have easily said, I ain't here for this shit. I'm going to walk away. So that's what I'm saying.
And why would you the bachelorette party? See, that's why I'm going to have a little dinner.
But you
You know, I want to make it to my wedding.
Right. But I'm just, like you said, it's just that longevity. I don't think there's, you know, like you said, you had your Kevin Samuels out here, rest in peace, you know, spewing stuff, skewed perspective.
And you can attest to it. You've been with your man for 20 years.
20-some years. And look,
y'all done been through a whole bunch of shit.
This ain't prom. This is not prom.
But see,
look, 2002.
Yeah, but what we saying is,
stuff happens.
Everybody can't get to that level of love because they don't have it in them. Some people was raised off survival. Some people was raised off love. Mm-hmm. Everybody don't have that in them. Like, I'm just blessed that I came from a family that
we're talking about survival.
Yeah, what happened?
These people with the shooting.
Girl.
I watched one of the live witnesses that was there. She was talking about her daughter.
She ran into the freezer.
She ran to the freezer, but she said she thought her daughter was behind her. Oh. And when she said she looked back, her daughter wasn't. She was at aisle 6 or something.
Yeah, the little girl, down. She ran to the freezer and hid.
And I'm just like, we can't even go to the grocery store.
And the dude went to go shoot a guy, but he realized he was white, and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry," and went somewhere else and didn't shoot him.
Yeah.
Damn.
So clearly, it's an attack on African Americans.
Right.
Because you went to a store where only black people.
Hold on, he got to cut that out.
He went to a store where only black people, you know, shop. And to me, clearly.
This was in Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
Buffalo, New York.
Damn.
Yep. This is the second one because then they just had a subway.
That was in Brooklyn. The subway shooting.
The subway. So, that's the world we live in.
But that was a black guy that did that.
You know what, though? I got to say something.
He looked like a disgruntled, like, ex-employee.
Yeah.
When I seen the picture, I was like, yo, somebody...
Grandfather.
Yeah, daddy. I'm like, he in there shooting. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I just don't.
They just want to blame somebody for it. I don't know.
I was like, man, this is like somebody granddaddy that work on cars, like
a mechanic.
Like somebody's grandfather works on cars, and like this is the actual shooter. It just didn't add up. You know.
But that's even like with this one, like seeing his rifle, you know, with the N-word, Uncle said, because I don't know how YouTube him with, but all over his rifle and all these different little quotes. It's like, and they're saying he was this way for months.
He was only 18.
Yeah.
And what he gonna do is plead insanity.
Yeah.
And get off. Not get off, but ultimately go to.
Well, I guess the question I have is, how do the police officers just walk in
and apprehend
you them? You walk past dead bodies. Nothing in your brain said, I need to shoot this dude.
Yeah, we living in different times, bro. Like,
but if it was a black person that was shooting people, he wouldn't live to tell the story.
That's what I'm trying to say. So it's mind-boggling to me. Like,
did any kids get hurt? I didn't see.
I don't know, but I saw that video.
I don't know. I thought I was seeing a lady. I thought I seen one of them, man. Like, I thought when he first got out of the car, I thought he hit a kid. And
the one with the blue vest. They look like a worker. I couldn't tell how old they were.
Probably was teenagers.
He wasn't playing. Like I was just like,
he came in. He went in
and went straight to
it. And was recording it live.
Yep,
on his chest. Crazy times.
Yeah.
I'm just not understanding, like where was the security at for one? Man, yo, it's like,
I mean, let's face it. How many times you went to the grocery store and there's honestly security there? You don't really think about.
I keep my strap on me.
Oh yeah,
everywhere I go.
Yeah,
and this is
a
He
killed the security guard.
He did.
Yeah.
Because but my thing is this.
The security guard actually shot him.
Yeah, he shot him, but he had all that gear on.
Okay, so that's what happened. So he tried.
Oh, so he didn't just.
He had military gear on. It didn't penetrate.
But that's when you're going for the.
But my thing is, those states like that allow, like Jersey, New York, that you can't have a gun at all.
He drove there. They say he drove hours to get there.
He drove what?
Hours.
That's what it said on the news. He drove hours. So it's not like he was a local resident.
This was planned.
That's what I'm saying. So it's kind of like, you know, we weren't about other stuff out here, all these other distractions. But then you still got stuff like this going on. It's like.
It ain't even safe to go in a grocery store. This is like,
I'm shooting back. Period.
Yeah. Headshots.
Straight to the dome.
Yeah.
It's like,
self-defense.
You know, when you believe these certain things just wouldn't happen, like even the shootings in Lenox Mall, like Lenox Mall, not even say. I don't even know the last time.
I don't even know. I ain't been in. Honestly, I think it's like 17, 18.
If it ain't online, Jasmine ain't buying it.
Yep.
Most of my groceries I do Amazon Fresh.
And I will order 2 sizes to make sure it fits. So
I have to
one on one back.
I have to go the back way to go to Neiman Marcus. That's why I'm in the mall. I'm not in there long. I go in there and get what I need to get. But that's the difference between men and women. Mm-hmm. Like men go in there, we know what we getting. We got a picture.
Like to shop around.
We actually
that's
got a picture.
I ain't got no picture. I got a wallet and I'm ready.
Especially at Target. I ain't going in there on a prayer, and that's it. Lord, lead the way.
Sorry, I pick my Starbucks up before I go in there. I'm ready and wide awake.
It's a lot of police officers in Lennox Mall now too.
Mm-hmm. And you can't bring your gun in there no more. They got
the metal detector. Wow. They even made my son walk through that metal detector. I was like, now what he gonna do? We just
how old is he?
Julian is 6.
He's 6 years old.
Oh man, my future king is 6.
Yes.
So he is very rambunctious.
Junior hyper.
You know what I mean? It's like, and it's crazy because it's just like, you know, I wanted a girl, but it's just like now when I got my son, he looked just like me, and I don't even be mad with him half the time because he do everything I used to do. And when I tell him I'm gonna do something to him, like, yo, you need to chill, yo, before you get in trouble, he just busts out laughing. Yeah, Julian think it's a game with me. He like, man,
my daddy go do that.
Like, yeah, he's like, what's the consequences gonna be? You gonna tell me no? Then 6 hours later, I'm gonna get exactly, you know, I'm gonna get something.
Logical.
So it is what it is, yo. You know. So yeah, man, that's my daughter. That's my man.
My daughter too, and she laying on the floor.
I think she drooling.
My daughter too, and she laying on the floor, y'all.
Oh man.
But I just feel like I don't know when we'll get back on the right page as a world, but
no,
it's not happening.
I don't think it's happening. I don't see it coming back. I think COVID was like some kind of weird reset.
Yeah.
For a different chain of events.
Anytime you got the Republican, you got people over here, and you got people over there, and these people can't get along, the world is never going to be the same. You got these people that don't like these people. Yeah, it's like Republicans, you got the Democrats, and you got the Congress, and you got the president. You got one person saying things need to be like this. And then you need these people that's in the Congress to be like, what y'all think? You know what I mean? Nah, we good. We ain't doing it. Nah.
I think they're making too much money
like,
off of us being separated.
Yeah, it's like the government know what they're doing.
A lot of stuff is divided. Like, you know, like you got the whole abortion thing right now. That's
nah, facts. Like,
now, how the hell you gonna force people to have kids, but then there's a milk shortage?
There's a milk shortage. It's too.
So I gotta have a baby, but I can't feed it. Cool.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Right.
Because everybody ain't a candidate for breastfeeding.
No, they're not. So
some people just can't do it. It's not that they don't want to.
Like there's something wrong with Similac now too. Like
it's a shortage.
You know, there's something else going on with the formula. They're saying if like kids that got the milk in the hospital, it's some kind of disease that they're getting.
Child, I think I'm gonna stick with the no kids for a minute then.
So it's too much going on right now. Like for people that are
having babies. Too much.
Yeah, it's a lot. Thank you.
Nothing is just like nothing
I have no more. Girl, I'm done.
The fruit, look at what they're doing to the fruit. The fruit.
We ain't gonna,
the food, everything
tastes different. Or am I tripping?
No. You're right. Because, you know, my grandfather had a garden back in Virginia, so we used to get quite much from him at times.
No, I don't even crave nothing no more. Like, you know, I used to be like, ooh, I want
a watermelon or something. It don't taste the same.
I don't crave nothing.
And one of the things I've heard is, like, if you want to know what to do, like, watch what all the rich people are doing.
Yeah.
Even though you're not like financially up there with them. Like if you watch a lot of artists, a lot of artists and people that are rich, they're planting. Mm-hmm. They're buying
but
land.
They're also all vegan.
Yeah.
I'm noticing even I told you I've been working in corporate. It seems like you're with people that are in different brackets, and I'm noticing. Oh yeah, I'm vegan. Oh yeah, we don't eat that. Yeah. We don't do this. It's the girl down in the office.
I got a beef with vegan.
It's
no pun intended. I got beef with vegan. My thing is this: if you're gonna be a vegan, be a vegan. Right. Just eat some vegetable, eat some fruit, and carry your ass. Why you gotta eat a burger that look like a burger that ain't a burger? But my thing is, you're imitating meat because you still want it. You still crave it.
Yep.
Why do I need a buffalo cauliflower that tastes like a wing?
those are actually pretty
They are.
good.
But what I'm saying is,
I ain't
But
never had that before.
it's
Those
good.
are good.
That shit good.
They are
Deep
good.
fried
It
cauliflower
fooled me.
dipped in buffalo. I'm here for it.
It's actually really
So what
good.
it tastes like?
Good as hell.
Yeah, the first time I had it, I was in
Just-
California.
just
And I was
fried-
like, what is
They
this?
deep fried the cauliflower and
Flour.
tossed it in buffalo sauce.
And it was actually like little. I didn't know it was
That's
that.
good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna send your blood pressure up a little bit.
You
but
know what I
it's
did
good.
one day though? You know what I did? Like, I went to Burger King, right?
Oh, Lord, you ate that.
Yeah.
Nah, peep game. Listen to my story.
You had an Impossible Burger.
Check this out. I went to Burger King. I said, yo, it was like, how you doing, sir? I was like, yes, can I get a veggie burger? She was like, sure. You want the meal? I said, but hold up. She was like, what's up? I said, I need my veggie burger made like a Whopper. She was like, oh, sir, we don't do that here. I said, yo, I'll pay extra. She said, so you telling me that you want a veggie burger made like a Whopper, you want the cheese too? I said, yo,
You
make
wanted
it
everything.
exactly like a Whopper. And she had no problem or issue with
Uh-huh.
doing that. And I couldn't even tell the difference. I'm going to be real.
Cause you know what?
So-
They cooked it on the same grill they cooked the beef on, so
So
it had the
that
flavor on it.
Had that grease.
That beef flavor on that beef flavor veggie burgers.
No,
Look,
facts.
go ahead, y'all. Look, let me tell y'all something. Y'all, that shit is all of that stuff is over processed
Yep.
anyway. So
Yeah, I
either
believe
way,
that
it
too.
ain't healthy if you want to
Yep.
get serious. If you be a vegan, eat your vegetables, eat your fruit, and kill your ass. That's just my
Period.
advice. But I'm gonna eat me some protein. I'm gonna have me some salmon. I say salmon. I don't say salmon. And I'm gonna get
You got
I said, that's the salmon.
and I'm gonna have my shrimp. And I might give me a chicken breast on there. Okay.
Yep.
But that's it.
salmon.
Hey, look, I ain't listening to this.
I love salmon is my favorite.
It
And
is.
lamb chop, lollipop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shout
I
out
can
to all
do-
the trainers out there that's gonna watch this. We
I can
trying.
do-
Look,
I love you.
Lamb.
My trainer know I love him, child.
Look.
Yeah, I can do lamb. I love lamb.
Yes, I do lamb.
Yeah, I can do the lamb.
I
Chicken is
said two
good.
on a good day.
Oxtail.
Yes.
Oh yeah, oxtail. But see, the thing is, like, I do it in moderation, but like now, I'm like working out. I'm working out crazy now. Like,
Yes.
Like, you know, like my ankles. I felt my ankles like, you know, swole up. I was like, damn, is it my blood pressure? Like, what is
Yeah,
it? Am I
it's in your
getting
blood
gout? You know what I'm saying? I thought that's what it was. I was like, yo, nah, because I'm just overweight. Maybe it's just like I'm putting way too much pressure on my feet, man. So after I started running, like I'm on my third week of working out now. Like I feel a whole lot better.
Lighter, yeah. I just completed my 4th week with my training.
But a lot of people don't know it just comes
Lost
from
9 pounds, y'all.
I'm
That's
home
X
week 1.
Factor Fitness.
So
So
check
you
back
still-
in.
What about the vinegar? Vinegar water.
Oh, that works.
Listen.
2 pounds is the, yeah.
No, listen, it helps with the blood pressure. And you got the
Yeah.
ginger. Did I tell you about the ginger too?
Yep.
Cut them pieces. This is what I drink right here. I was telling you about.
Okay.
It's ginger here, little pieces of ginger,
Okay.
some lemon, and I have the vinegar, the Bragg's vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
It helps with the appetite. You might sweat a little bit, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it helps. Trust me when I tell you. Trust me when I tell
All
you.
right, y'all. So we back on getting healthy this year.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
man,
I'm
health
in
is
therapy.
wealth.
I just completed my 5th week of therapy.
Congratulations.
Mental health is always number one priority. Y'all take y'all mental days. I took me a couple in June. I boxed out a Saturday and a Tuesday because sometimes I don't want to end my work week on a Saturday and I don't want to begin it on Tuesday. So boom.
There you go. Freedom.
So with that said, thank you guys for tuning,
In to Slicktalk.
Yes, we'll see you next time.
Yes. Bye, y'all.